Alright, welcome back to Roguetech, and welcome back to Challenge Run from the Ashes, the Bravo timeline. So, it has been a month since I recorded, and I have now recovered from the 7,000 miles of driving to go to my brother's wedding. That was fun. So let's get into it. I took a little bit of time to look and see what's going on. Basically nothing really interesting to do, except we're going to fix up the dervish, because we are going to replace this peel and stick armor. We'll toss that on the side torso to give it an integrated laser AMS. Repair everything, and I'm going to assume... is the armor heavier? Yeah, it's heavier. Alright, well then. I still really want it. Is there anything we can do to save some tonnage? No, we do not have anything to save tonnage. We're all using an XL gyro and a light engine. So... so the sensor tracker, the extended range, or the extreme range, long range, and short range is based on the weapon system. So you actually generally want to use tracker sensors with things that are going to be in their long or extreme range bracket. Or I guess optimal range bracket works too. Medium range doesn't have a penalty. But because the LRMs have such a long, short range, the short range is 210 meters. I say as I look at it and realize that half of that is the minimum range. Actually, more than half of that. You know what? Yeah. If we're suffering the accuracy penalty for short range, then we are most likely within minimum range. It will make the dead fire less accurate, but we're already... Well, actually, with the dead fire, it shortens the medium or the long and extreme range, so we get the bonuses at shorter range. Yeah, this is just good. This is just objectively good. Let's do that. I would also love to toss the case 2 in, but again, tonnage. So let's armor up and see what we can do as far as saving a little bit of tonnage. I think 35 makes it so that 50 damage instance. Well, 60 damage instance to the head doesn't kill. Is this the direction we want to go? Strip off 0.12 tons. I guess we can keep that lower, yeah. So we'd have to find a ton to use the integrated laser AMS. We do have an LRM 10, so we could downgrade the 15. And that would actually leave us another ton for... Ooh, actually. No. I was thinking of tossing the MMLs in, but... But what? Firing with LRMs, it's the same as downgrading to an LRM 10, just 1 ton heavier, which is, coincidentally, once we downgrade, we will have 1 ton spare if we go with LRM 10. The MML 5s also have the ability to swap out the swarm ammo for SRM ammo. So we'd be more effective at shorter ranges. While in SRM mode, the tracker sensors will give different bonuses because of the changed range brackets. And because of the changes for course correct, the MML5s will actually have a slightly more accurate time, or a slightly easier chance hitting, since that initial 2 miss roll would be 2 separate rolls instead of just the 1 singular roll. So if we're losing 5 missiles anyway to get the integrated laser AMS online, I think we go with the MMLs. I think that actually is a good thing. Because, again, to get the laser AMS online, we would be dropping the 15 anyway to a 10. The MML5s make it effectively a 10. Just for an extra ton. And the extra ton would go to something like a medium laser. Which, yeah. It's not terrible. ER medium laser actually wouldn't be a bad thing at all. Because if we're in optimal range for the LRM-10s, then we're able to fire the medium laser. And the medium laser would be at optimal range for the LRM-10s, getting the +1 from the ER. Or from the ER accuracy. Just for simplicity's sake, I'm not going to think on it so much. I'm just going to do it, and I'll keep in mind, based on how it performs, that is an option that we switch in the MMLs instead of the LRM-10. But for now, this is going to be what we're running. It's good. I'm happy. Let's go. Alright. I looked at everything else while I was kind of regaining my bearings. And yeah, nothing else really has worthwhile changes to make that at least stood out to me. So we've got 5 days for all of these, and another 2 days for these, and we will be back up and running after the financial report. Alright. No reason to go above normal right now. No reason to go low for the Spartan. We're fine on everything right now. So, right. We are not currently upgrading the Argo. Let's do that. We could get tech points. We could work on getting the habitat pod, which requires the structural repair, but also requires manufacturing planet, yada yada. That's a new thing. And I think most of these, yeah, require beta pod. So that is something we do want to do sooner than later. Structural repair is cheap and quick. We'll go ahead and do that. And let's finish our repairs and then drop on a mission. Alright. Command Center. I should totally look at barracks. Ooh, a flare-up. I am not confident enough to drop on a flare-up right at the moment, just because I'm fresh back into it. Oh wow, I don't remember what I was going to do with Sarge. I don't remember anything. Oof. Okay. Boss has been in the Bradford. Do we even still... I think the Bradford was the one we scrapped. Porun has been in the Vulture and the Wasp. Let's get her gunnery... Let's just get her to 4s. Anyone we can just get to 4s is going to 4. Oh, everyone's already at 4 or higher. Cool. Okay. Commander is not in the melee bushwhacker anymore. Huh. Well... Alright, I guess we'll just get tactics. 6 tactics is good. Sarge has largely been in the Bushwhacker, which is no longer a stealth mech, so... Okay. Tinker... Saracen, yeah. Wasp... Can we actually? No, we cannot. So because of the way the breakpoints work for tactics, getting 5 tactics does nothing. However, getting 1 gunnery does something. We could also go for piloting for more movement. 3 meters more movement. But I think going for gunnery and then... Hopefully next time we look at them we'll be able to get 6 tactics. Yeah, we'll get an extra 3 meters movement on the Saracen. And yeah, we'll see what this mission does and then skill people up after. So, we have a solo duel. That's fun. Although our melee specialist is currently out. So the bushwhacker is going to be piloted by somebody who isn't particularly focused on melee. That's fine. Just not for a solo duel. We'll wait for our melee specialist to get back. I'm kind of interested in the 6 difficulty blackout. Because we are definitely not, what's the word? Over the 6. Hold on. Okay, so we would actually have to pull Porin off. Nope. Porin. Okay, so the VTOLs have to be piloted by the 2 VTOLs pilots. Which means we are dropping the Wasp for this mission. Because only Sarge can also pilot a mech. Yeah. I'm gonna wait. Just because the Mechwarriors we have there are not particularly skilled. So, powerful mech. This is going to be effectively an assassinate target, but we have to kill everyone. That's cool. And then this is a battle that has lower max salvage, which means it's going to have better stuff. There's also an escort, but yeah, let's go for the powerful mech. Drop them out. Psychosis on the bushwhacker. Sarge on the dervish. Yep, that's the name of the game, Darius. I just realized I forgot to do a mic check before I started actually recording. But the mic is working, so haha.
Command interface initiated.
Let's see if we can shake off any rust that might have built up. Yep, we're springing a trap. Okay, so this, I believe, is where the heavier, more valuable than usual target is going to be. And then the reinforcements will be somewhere. I should have also probably taken the time to actually... that's a Merlin. Cool. And I see a Centurion 9A LTV-4 hover tank.
How's it going?
Alright. Nothing I'm terribly worried about, honestly. If I'm being completely honest, and... yeah, actually gonna spin around like this.
New sensor trace.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like enemy reinforcements.
And a chariot, and a Phoenix Hawk. Cool. Cool.
Ready to rock.
Alright.
Affirmative, Commander.
I'm not seeing anything to worry about right now. 5 enemies. Like, yeah, the Merlin's gonna be more valuable than normal.
What can I do for you?
But, yeah. I'll actually get 6 Embrace instead of getting 7. Alright, so next round we'll have sensors, and hopefully we'll have good enough sensors. Yeah, Dervish, 5 cover, and guarded. Beautiful.
I'm here.
Oh, is the AMS... okay, so the AMS is on. Yep.
Hey.
So it should be protecting our entire crew right here.
I'll right.
And we also have the command aura from Sarge, so that's cool. Alright, first round with sensors coming soon. Oh wow, initiative 4. That's really low. Also, I believe the... Yeah, the entire enemy force is mediums and a heavy. Well... Do I know where the ERPPC is, actually? Because I would love to have an ERPPC. Okay, right torso. So... We actually don't want to kill him from the back. That'll probably destroy the PPC. So we're going to kill him from the left side.
Roger that, Commander.
I don't think we're going to fire the tandem. So I'll go and look at the mech bay after, if I remember to explain why.
What now?
Alright, Porun, the Vulture gunship. So, the benefit primarily of the ballistics these days is that they're pretty good at crits, especially through armor crits. So, the Phoenix Hawk doesn't have the most armor. Yeah, it looks like the Phoenix Hawk is the softest target, as they often are.
If you say so.
So we're just gonna swing out and pop him a couple times.
For an alpha strike.
I'll take one hit. Okay. Decent alpha strike to only take one hit.
Waiting for orders.
Okay, I'm too far away to axe him. But I am close enough to shoot him a bunch. And if I heat him up, then he's going to definitely struggle a little bit. Yeah, unfortunately the burst is just too much. I was responding to comments while I was, you know, in Texas and everything, but... I guess I could actually drop 2 X pulses. Does that actually... I don't know if that actually gets the integrated TSM on. What if I do that? There we go. That gets the integrated TSM on. And I totally need to pay attention to firing order in the in the mech bay. Because yeah, it should look something like this. Alright, 43 heat, you know, no big deal. More importantly though, the Bushwhacker has the integrated TSM on. And if I can hit him from the left, then the ERPPC should remain intact. The Dervish I'm actually going to move forward so that the AMS has more coverage. Do I move for higher accuracy or do I sprint for more evasion? I mean, that's 2 more evasion. Yeah. Yep. It also positions the AMS further forward so it has more chance to intercept things. Cool. Yep.
I'm taking the shot.
Hey, nice. The laser actually hit, so justified the one ton expenditure. Cool.
Let's do this.
Alright. The Dragoon... Honestly, yeah. I'm just gonna push in and go for the Phoenix Hawk. Continue going for the Phoenix Hawk. It's got, again, the least armor per location, so we can at least take an arm off or something pretty quickly. And Phoenix Hawks tend to have most of their weapons in the arms, so... Yep. And based on how this goes, while I have a decent chunk of time... Wow, those mortars. Very, very... very bad. Landed just about every shell. Okay. So there's also a PPC on the hover tank.
Waiting on you, Commander.
Well, I'm gonna do the thing.
Good to go.
Hitting him from the correct side with the physical weapon. Turning everything... Oh. I was gonna say turning everything on, but I guess not. Cool.
Moving out.
Yep. Left arm, left torso, pilot injury. Lower leg destroyed, pilot injured.
Came from.
Yep. That's half a heavy mech. Yeah, the Bushwhacker is a menace right now. As long as we don't lose the right arm, it's going to continue being a menace. Also, the Phoenix Hawks are already overheating. So he still has the ERPPC. So perhaps the Saracen swings back just because it's so mobile. And now is the perfect time to go tandem. He's open in the leg, and his center torso is low on armor.
Here we go.
So high chance for crit. We also get the knock. And that's the primary target down. Well then. Okay, that time the 2-miss roll for the mortars failed.
What do you need?
Awesome. Yeah, Dervish. Oh wow. That's the perfect spot to get hit. Well, I guess the side torso with the peel and stick armor would have repaired a little bit, but yeah, I'm actually more worried about the pinpoint than I am about the mortars. So
Roger.
we're gonna bring the Dervish in. Check range brackets. Yep, okay is the most accurate. And let her rip.
Yes, boss.
That's fine. Also, yes, I believe I have an Artemis 4 system, but I don't think I have the actual Artemis 4 ammo. And the system only really gives its bonuses with the ammo. Ah, the hover tank moved a lot. I should have checked that before. Oh well.
Coordinates received.
Oh well. Yeah, Phoenix Hawk's hot, so I'm not super worried about him. I am going to focus
Acknowledge.
the vehicle I can backstrike.
What? No.
Alright. And now we return the AC2s to their original damage. Well, it's actually better because it's 2 instances.
Okay.
And yeah, if they jam, it's unfortunate. We'll work on our we'll work on our gunnery on Poran to try to get it better. Alright, PPC missed. Beautiful. Love to see it.
I hear ya.
Alright. We cannot get into the back of the vehicle, so we are going to swing over to hit the Phoenix Hawk with whatever we can.
Pedal to the metal.
I guess I could have jumped and braced, but... well then. I definitely should have jumped and braced. Oh well. Yeah, the hit chances aren't great. I'm actually going to drop the medium laser. The hit chance is too low, and I want to keep the heat lower so I can move faster, so I can get to them to axe them.
Time to die.
And I know that the flamer has damage fall off, but he's already toasty, so even a little bit of heat does a lot. Okay, and we are not able with the dervish to get to their backs. Centurion, that is the primary weapon arm. I think I'm actually going to reserve with Sarge. See if once they act, I'm able to get a slightly better vantage point. So hitting the Centurion in the back is actually very ideal. It has decent armor on the front, very thin back armor, and whatever kind of autocannon it has in its arm is a high priority to get off the field. Oh, nice. We can also get 10 evasion without sprinting. Cool.
Taking the shot.
So just the laser hit, but that's enough to open him up. Alright, PPC missed. I'm happy. Also, he stood and shot. Oh, yes. Ah, but I can't get the angle. Yeah. There's a chance we crit something. Make the mortars less effective. Again, he's not too... Well, actually, yes, he is. So since he's low armor on the back, the tandem would have had, even though it has a lower hit chance, would have had a higher crit chance. So, yeah. Toasty Phoenix Hawk comes in, manages to do 25 damage to the Saracen.
I'm here.
Nice. Alright, I'm actually going to change targets. Because the Centurion is open.
Copy.
And if we can start getting some crits online, which is what the AC2s are best at.
Enough.
Gyro crit, nice.
Critical hit command.
Engine crit would have been better because the engine crit would have caused him to generate a lot of heat. Okay, 2 damage. I'll take it.
You need me to hold still for you?
I will absolutely take it. Let's see. Dervish. Yeah, let's just hit the Phoenix Hawk. If I walk forward and switch to Deadfire. Okay, so if I stay back, I've got 40s on the other M10s. If I switch to Deadfire, yeah, it's worse. It would do more damage, but I think I'm going to go with the overheat method. Something like that. Optimal range. Actually toasty. Alright. So that is an argument for removing the medium laser. The heat damage and cooling disruption, if it would have hit, was more important than the little bit of damage the laser would have done. Because if we can get the Phoenix Hawk to shut down, then... Okay, mortar missed again.
Minor damage, Commander. Nothing to see here.
Nice. Can actually sprint in and get into the chariot's back. Get a little closer.
Uh-huh.
Gotta love that range bracket. I mean, do I actually risk overheat here? Like, no joke? The other crawler I can't get in the back. But this could kill. Actually, all I need is 2 medium lasers to connect. Or the flamer and a medium laser. I will hit the red line.
Enemy backside.
For that reason. That is an enemy down.
Getting pretty hot in here.
No shutdown, no ammo explosion. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yup.
Alright. Saracen is also going to swing into the back. Wait, is right side that's damaged, so we'll turn around to the left.
Let's go.
Or present the left to the enemies. And again, since he's already open, it's time for some tandem. That's why. That is why right there. Tandem has much higher crit chance, and we hit ammo.
Yes, Commander.
Which is always a fun time. Alright, Dragoon. I mean, low armor on the left of the Phoenix Hawk. So let's work on that. Hopefully we don't stray shot our Bushwhacker, but if we do, it's not that much damage.
Firing. Full complement.
Nice. Structure exposed.
Hey,
Minimum range is an issue.
oh boy.
Here's hoping we don't stray shot the whacker and get a crit on something important. But it is the shield side of the Bushwhacker,
Firing everything.
so it's all good. Oh, did the AMS jam, or?
What do you need?
Yeah, 20% chance to jam. Okay. We'll see if we can unjam. Also, I love that the hover tank just stopped moving. Alright, that's the only unobstructed shot we can get. So yeah, let's do it. Also gets our command aura online. I'm gonna drop the LRM that has the lowest hit chance. Okay.
Waiting on you, Commander.
I mean... that. Just that.
On my way. Going toe to toe.
Alright, so, based on this mission, it is time to start cranking up the difficulty.
Come on, Mechwarriors.
Because even without the Bushwhacker being a melee monster,
You could fry an egg in here.
I am pretty sure that we would have had an easy time with this mission. Like, it helps, don't get me wrong, but that's not the reason we're winning so easily. And as I've said before, I don't like it. I don't like it when it's too easy. So we're gonna see about mixing things up a bit. I'll think about it between episodes of how exactly I want to make it more difficult.
Standing by.
Especially since I removed the extra launcher options that had the chance of making things harder. I might actually just add some of those back in.
Copy that.
What now?
Actually, that sounds like a really good way to make things a little spicier.
there. Okay.
Just increase the chance that there's an occasional mission that does.
I hope this hurts.
Nice. Side torso gone.
You're looking up. Yep. Understood. Moving fast.
Cool. Yeah.
Aye aye. Engaging target.
Legged him.
How?
Let's see. Yeah, combat
I
difficulty.
hear ya.
All their,
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we're just gonna try to core him. And we actually are dropping just enough heat. Angry ATSM has no fail chance. Cool.
Here we go.
Skipper.
Panicked, on fire. Yeah, he's having a bad time.
Fun time. Mechwarriors, show 'em
Cool.
what you got.
So let's see what we got for salvage.
Mission successful.
Yeah, easy money. Very little threat, very little damage. A lot of stuff to choose from. Cannot take a heavy mech, so we're... Oh, actually, everything was medium or heavy, so yeah. I might also just disassemble all as a, matter of... a matter of practical... Tandem rockets. Tandem rockets are very interesting. So, a lot of things that used to do structure damage directly, like tandem SRMs, were changed to just have really high through armor crit chance, and so they can't actually grind through a location without destroying the armor first. But tandem rockets do direct structure damage. I am 100% taking those. Plus, the fact that they're doing structure damage means they can definitely crit, and then if they also have through armor crit chance, I think that just increases the crit chance as the armor gets lower. So they have a baseline crit chance for doing structure damage, and then as the armor gets lower, it gets higher and higher. So firing at an unarmored gives it a higher crit chance. A much higher crit chance. Again, the ERPPC, saw that, wanted it. Double heatsink kit, always good to have around. Impair accuracy. Accuracy, sight, and sensors reduced, but it does basically no damage. It does have reduced chance to be shot down. And I'm not really seeing anything else terribly interesting. Do I have any double heat sinks? I do not have any double heat sinks. I'm going to grab those. Okay, so now it comes down to, do I take the chaff or the engine core? I'm going to take the chaff. Alright. Get the medium laser. Yeah, we're gonna look at our various parts and things in a bit. Medium laser, machine gun, mortar 8. I actually do have mortar ammo, so I can run that. Basic cockpit, goodbye. Basic cockpit, goodbye. Heavy jump jets, I'm actually going to hold on to those for a bit. Basic structure, LRM ammo, cool. LRM swarm, I didn't even see it. Genuinely did not even notice it on the loot table. Glad I got it. And then ammo SRM. I mean, we don't really need that many bins. It's fine. Alright. So, very quick repairs, very easy repairs. Yeah. 2 days and we're back online. So yeah, before tomorrow's episode, I will 100% be increasing the challenge, and we will see exactly how I can do that. Yeah, we've got 3.5 million. We've got way too much stuff. Definitely going to change a lot of the settings. Probably going to add launcher difficulty as well. But I'll let you know next time. For now, that's been your episode of Roguetech for the day. I hope you enjoyed it, and until next time, have a good one.